All right, that's unsubstantiated claim there, Jenkins.
Been reading a lot of Reddit lately.
A lot of rumors going around.
This is the boring trifecto of Tricor.
Trifecto.
On the Quincy Crew side. They got Viper, DK, and Medusa. It's a question of who gets bored first in feeds for them.
That's a great question. You're really hyping up this game.
No, that wasn't a question, it was a statement.
Okay. Good statement then.
Thank you.
Quincy Crew, of course, undefeated thus far. Wildcard only 1-2. Of course, they did go up against EG, so...
and now it's an EG Slayer.
Yeah, I mean, you were telling me about... Because you got to cast that game.
I don't remember, but I was watching it.
You weren't casting.
I don't remember. Game 3, Divide Llama disconnected and didn't come back until just after the game was over. They had to play
just
4v5.
in time.
Yeah, just in time to suffer through the loss.
Oh boy.
So that was very unfortunate. It was going the way of Nouns at the time, but not by an unfathomable degree. Like it was. They could have came back on Wildcard for sure. I'm sure they're not feeling too happy about that series.
Yeah.
Or maybe they are because they did take one game and it was a close series. Like I think as a team they're probably feeling happy about their performance, but not about the standings because it kind of sucks to have that happen.
Yeah, I mean it's obviously relatively early on to say this, but that one I think hurt them a lot because that's the one they probably really needed to get into the top 4, I would say. Which now, I mean, never know what could happen in the NA DPC other than last season, which was literally scripted.
The same as every other. Yep.
It just felt like it. But, I mean, Quincy Crew, this is a new line. I haven't gotten to cast them yet since they picked up Fada. And
they're really good, dude. They're back. They're back.
They have definitely looked good, so.
This is like, this feels a lot like the old Quincy Crew, the original roster that was just dominating all of NA. They look even better with Fada, honestly.
Oh boy, hopefully SVG's not watching.
He doesn't care what anybody says, actually.
That's true, yeah. I can attest to that. Divide taking decent amount of damage in this top lane. I was really happy to see the Medusa picked.
Yes, I
saw my reaction to that. Really bringing back the NA classic, just missing the Terrorblade.
Right.
That really prolific duo that we all love to watch.
Yeah, I was going to say Medusa TV have fallen off a bit, and now it feels like in NA, it's like Dawnbreaker versus Marty in every single game.
I'm fine with that. I could deal with that for a little bit.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
And Divide playing the position 3 Dawnbreaker, MSS, the support Marcy, which has been the position of choice for the most part, although I did cast a mid Marcy today. And it was against a mid-faceless Void. That's a very good matchup, it turns out, for
quite
Marcy.
strange.
Yep, Fata getting gone on. Divide Llama doing a decent amount of damage, and that right click from Alex is enough to secure first blood for Wildcard.
Yeah, this seems to happen a lot. I mean, Dawnbreaker's got to have like one of the strongest level 2 timings in the entire game, if not the strongest. Like it makes me think of like old Batrider. Remember when both like Sticky Napalm and the Firefly were like super broken level 1 abilities, and you'd finally have something to pair with the Sticky Napalm. You'd just like always get a kill at level 2. Like that's kind of how Dawnbreaker feels between her Q and her W, but not because they combo that well, just because they both do such high damage.
Yeah.
That like anybody out of position will die to that in lane.
And looking at Quincy Crew's lineup, I mean, we have a DK for Quinn.
Yes.
He's definitely played it.
He has.
I wouldn't say it's... I mean, it's a DK. You can only do so much, right?
Yeah.
It's not his normal play style.
Although, did you see the Gunner Nouns DK where he went Octarine Core?
Yeah, that seems like a bit of a creep. I mean, well, Eve, got to hold that thought. They're actually going to get right-click down.
Ooh, he's alive.
Not even going to get the trade as Leslau able to live through the engagement. And top lane, Yawar, going to have to get cookied to safety. And I asked T-Gov the same question, Jenkins.
Which one?
Your thoughts on the salve changes that are now 3 weeks old.
My thoughts on the salve changes are that for offlaners, it's kind of the same, because instead of sending out tangos on your first courier, which you would always do before, you just send out a salve, and then your support sends tangos. Ooh, nice catch.
Yeah, they're going to get him. Wait, one more right click. Indeed, it is done. Fata couldn't do too much.
Dude, Quincy's getting worked up here, man. Alex,
yeah, for sure.
Hitting his spells. I mean, amazing play coming from the top lane.
I mean, I'd be interested to know how often these teams scrim against each other. Like, because NA, you're not going to have as many teams to work with as other regions. So you're going to be playing a lot of these And in the pubs, you're playing this literally.
You are, yeah, and a lot of the teams don't show up to scrims in NA and SA, so
Yeah. That is.
I can tell you because Arkosh is one of those teams that does not show up.
I'm
and
surprised you guys
don't
even
scrim us.
schedule scrims.
Well, the one scrim that we do per year,
Who schedules it? Is that Slack?
it would be Slack.
Okay, that makes sense. He doesn't use a calendar, so
No,
that's probably why.
We'll like tell them our schedule, and it's everybody's like, we can't scrim on Friday. Like, guys, I have a scrim on Friday for 1 p.m. It's like literally nobody can do that.
Yeah, you should probably hire somebody to do that. I don't think he's capable.
With what money?
Well, somebody will do it for free in chat right now, I'm sure.
All right.
You can email siractionslacks@jenkins.com.
That's right. That's right.
Alex, taking some damage from Fata. He's been playing a lot of this Snapfire I've been seeing. He's been really owning. And Fata, I mean, there was a question mark about him if he was in form or whatever the case may be. He has looked very good.
For sure.
And, I mean, like, in theory, it makes sense that he would work with this lineup, but are you surprised that it was this quick of a workaround?
I mean,
gelling that quickly?
I'll say no, because I just had a lot of confidence in like the other players that were joining Quincy crew, and I felt like when Fata got kicked off of Tundra, I thought that was a mistake at the time. Obviously, Soxa has completely proven himself on that team, so that's something where I felt like I was wrong about it, but I didn't feel like I was wrong about it because it was like Fata that was a problem. I think Soxa is just an insane player, but I think they're both just insanely good players. So yeah, I kind of wasn't surprised. But back to the Snapfire, there's always like these players where they play a hero that's, I don't know, I guess kind of figured out in a way. Like like Snapfire's not the most flashy hero, but he makes it look flashy with the plays that he does. Has a bit of a dive. Like he does these Mortimer's Kisses to just scout. Like he does these kind of like, free throw Mortimer's Kisses where there's not setup for it, and he often makes like catches people as they're TPing out, killing them. Like he'll like scout into Roche Pit with them. Like he does a lot of really cool stuff with it.
Yep, Esk. Oh, looks like he will get the Arcane Rune, but at what cost? The Dragon Tail connects. Esk looks like he'll be able to get out of dodge eventually. To take heavy damage as a result, though, is Quinn in that dragon form now. But not able to really push enough to get some procs onto that tower. Yawar has been left to his own devices to a degree now ever since that first kill. As I say that, Starbreaker comes in. Yawar completely out of mana, pops the wand. Fata is in the area, ready to get the stun off. Will do so onto Divide, and that stops the aggression outright.
Dawnbreaker stats are so insane that he's able to dive like that.
MSS, I mean, I would say the same for Marcy, but
that's true.
Didn't end up resulting in a living situation for him there.
Puck, one of the few heroes I think that can kill a high stat hero at this point with an Arcane Rune. Like there's no surviving an Arcane Rune Puck gank. Puck looks like the best mid in Dota currently. Now that BKBs have been nerfed. It's like a hero that never wanted to go BKB in the first place, so the nerf doesn't affect Puck in that way. And then also BKB's countered Puck. So it's like there's a twofold buff to Puck.
You do say that, but the mid lane has been won by Quinn quite handily.
Yeah, well,
he has a huge net worth lead for this stage of the game, as we're going to see Fata die in all likelihood. And more important, the experience. He's level 7, Esk just hit level 6. That is pretty absurd.
Who's level 7?
Quinn.
Oh, Quinn is. Oh yeah. Well, a DK versus Puck. I mean, that's like a hard counter. It's like Tiny and DK that just like Puck cannot harass out either of those two heroes.
Well, we got some stacks going on here. Yawar going to be forced out for now. Alex. See Sammy Boy get taken out by Lesla on the bot lane. Stacks being created, and Alex is now aware, so Wildcard should. Well, you would think they would try to do something about this. I mean, that's the one thing you can't do. If we've learned one thing from NA Dota, you don't leave a Medusa to farm.
This is true. Yep. Medusa will eventually get a Scotty and slowly out-parry you.
Yep, Solar Guardian's coming. Cookie gives enough space for him to be able to get away, so Fata just takes casual attack there, but no harm done.
Yeah, Devi's no Soul Ring, so...
Oh, all right, we have the rebound into the Dispose and the Dragon Tail to follow. That is a long stun lock. Devi trying to get some damage on the Yawar before his untimely death. And Yawar will live, getting salved by Fata, I think. That's a
half salve.
Baby salve there.
That's a baby salve.
Okay, that's a lot of mobility, and Alex is dead. Okay, I mean that's a rebound, dispose, and cookie.
Yeah, a lot of things being thrown out there. Quincy just doing a really good job at defending the stacks. I mean, they're just bringing more heroes here because they realize, I don't know what the hell's happening in this clip.
Hilarious.
People
just look cool.
People just flying everywhere.
Yeah. We should make like a mini game where you can just see how far you can go with all these spells.
We can make that.
Oh, that's true. All right. Maybe somebody will hire us to make that.
Okay.
Yeah. To reach out to some people. Esk trying to bounce back into this game. Net worth-wise, just pretty average showing right now. And of course, like you said, Quinn kind of running away with it right overall. Let's see what.
Yeah.
Is he just going to go blink right away?
Probably. I mean, otherwise, like other heroes on the his team doesn't do anything, right? It's like a Viper in the side lane. Marcy's setup kind of falls off going later into the game. It's not that like instant jump, right? Heroes can like blink away. Heroes can press BKB. You definitely need that blink dagger. Wildcard is kind of doing this thing that you see a lot from not like insanely upper echelon teams where they're like splitting their heroes across the map and like farming a lot. But as a result, like they're not able to contest the stack. Like they just had Sam pushing up bottom. I like that he's top now because, like I said, it felt like if they were contesting those stacks, and imagine if there's a puck there or like an Inkswell from Sam, right? Like they actually might win that fight in the jungle. But it felt like they were being a little too greedy essentially because they had a decent early game.
Well, they were pushing that tier 1 tower, but they're going to play a little bit more passive. Meanwhile, you can see Quinn and company mounting an offensive position here in the tier 1 bot. It looks like this is just going to be given up, and probably will just end up being a trade in both top and bottom.
Lelis has his full Dragon Lance coming out.
Oh, we got the Inkswell combo. Cookie, oh, just in time, but the Solar Guardian is coming. That is going to be the death of Yuar. Second death for him in this game. Coil applied to Fata. Starbreaker not going to be able to fully connect, but so much damage being applied to Fata. One more right click will do it as Esk now puts himself in a bit of a precarious spot, gets off the Waning Rift with very little mana to work with. And Divide Llama with the hammer, not able to help his puck, but he will get out himself. So it's a 1 for 2 as Alex ticking away, but TPing to safety.
And this is all why Eve is just totally free farming on the top lane. That's extremely good for Wildcard. They're putting so much pressure onto Yuar. It feels like it's going to be really hard for him to have a game here. Like, he needs like 5-10 minutes of just nobody bothering him in order to come back here. But luckily for him, Lelis and Quinn are top of net worth.
Oh, instant stun by Quinn into the Mortimer's Kisses. And the Dispose not going to be able to save as Eve ends up dropping. Divide Llama burning down very slowly. But the Hoodwink ult comes out and just takes Quinn completely off guard with that beautiful break. Ends up being a 2 for 1 though, as we hear a Soulbind into the double Phantom's Embrace. No follow-up for Wildcard.
There's no mana. Bit awkward. I mean, Quincy, they're very happy with that. They take out the carry. That was a really nice bait onto Lelis there. With the DK Blink reveal. Like, you see that a Viper with Dragonlance runs up to your tower, you know that this mid lane tower siege is gonna come in. Like, that's just always the timing. You get that Dragonlance, you feel immortal. So Eve was looking to counterplay that by going there as a carry, but at the same time, it was Quinn with the Blink Dagger. So kind of mind games going on from Quincy crew.
Yeah, the big story obviously with Yuar and his farm. I mean, he's middle of the pack. It's not the most disastrous game, but obviously the 2 deaths have set him back a bit. I mean, how do you feel like this is how good of a Medusa game is this? Because against CK, I would imagine it's very good.
Yeah, I think it's a great Medusa game. This is one of those games where I think like if Eve is not having an absolutely amazing game where he's like 1 or 2 item advantage, Medusa just shreds through all the CK illusions very, very easily.
I wonder if I mean, maybe with this rough start you don't go for it, but Ags on Medusa against CK, even the Shard because of the CK stun.
Yeah, it's
actually really good.
I mean, eventually, like the thing with Medusa versus CK is you're always playing for, it sounds stupid, but like the 25 timing is, you just know that the later the game goes, the better it is. So even like an Ags as like a 6th or 5th item is still really good. Like, you know that that's eventually going to be an option.
Radiant's middle tower
is Lelis very slowly walks away from that one.
Yep, that is Viper.
Yeah, okay. I don't even know if they could take him out with the 2 supports there.
Seen the new Viper set that came out in the game?
Yes, I have. It's a monstrosity.
It looks like DK ult to me.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's a classic right there. Some of the new immortal effects, you know, you can like put the immortal effects on different items.
Great change.
Did you see the invisible tiny tree the other day?
No.
I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was like Skeeter or somebody, but they figured out how to make it look like you're holding nothing on tiny, but you can see the outline effect of like where one of the tree effects would be. And you couldn't tell if he was holding a tree or not.
That seems a little unfair.
Yeah, there's some paid
Nobody was
action.
punished for that?
No, I don't.
You should have made a tweet.
You can make one.
Well, it's too late. It's been days.
Yeah, oh, that's right. That's true. People ignore my tweets.
I don't. You tweet like once a week, so I pay full attention. 1K lead for Quincy crew as Fata. Oh, gonna dodge there, but he will be found. Sharpshooter connects, and he does get off the cookie, but no real follow-up. It's a coil expended just for MSS, and Wildcard looking to retreat. Thinking that there were more heroes there, and showing that they have vision in that area as well as a result of the coil.
It's a very close game. Both teams have pretty like solid reads for what's going on the map. They're getting, you know, the occasional pickoff, but not like committing some like crazy 5-man play that could throw. Like, I mean, this is something you would definitely expect from Quincy crew in general. They've looked really good, and I think people probably peg them as the stronger team here. But from Wildcard especially, like they look very composed for playing against Quincy crew. So we might have
probably a lot of practice against them.
That's right.
Like we talked
That's
about.
true. That's true. A lot of scrimming. You're definitely right.
Rebound, MSS, cookie to fall. Okay, interesting interaction. With Alex on the run. Scatterblast is there, but he gets the sharpshooter off to the high ground. He does not have a teleport squad.
That is not.
That's not his base.
That would be the enemy base there, in my opinion. Into the trees he goes. Like
can he go by a TP?
Yes, he can.
He's got it. Cooldown. Okay.
He's actually got
and
it. He's
all right.
Okay.
Nice getaway.
Wow.
Beautifully done. Had faith the whole way.
Yeah. This guy's playing on ping too. I mean.
Oh yeah.
And man, his early game was solid. Like he's hitting those bushwhacks too. Alex is really feeling himself today.
And Yawar with the Yasha. So not too far away from full Manta actually. So farming pretty well. He's bounced back a bit since that early start. But really, Quinn is the story. Has that level 2 ult now. So can push waves a little bit faster, can farm a little faster.
I got a question for you. How do you feel about the Manta on Medusa? Because I know a lot of people hate it. And I thought
it feels complete cookie cutter. So.
Okay. All right. Because I know you have strong opinions on items, especially.
I mean, do you ever not buy Manta
on Medusa? Yeah, people go like Scotty.
First item?
Yeah, like D-Lance Scotty, something like that. Some people are like, oh, it's just not good. Like you already farmed fast enough. I don't know what the arguments are. It's these stupid carry players that obsess over every single last hit. Like I just don't give a shit as an offlaner. But
I mean, you can dispel the silence, and aside from that, it's. I mean, what else? Is that it?
You take the Grimstroke bug off. It gives you like
true.
a second of a frame of invulnerability, or whatever it is.
Quinn looking for Sammy Boy in his human form, so not so quick.
No.
He's following him directly, though. There's the Soulbind, MSS in the area as well.
He's making a lot of space
They run into
here.
each other. Oh, actually, Jukes pretty successfully.
Wow.
And he is gone. Quinn pops the ult. Wait, does he see him? Oh, there he goes.
Oh, that's good space.
Sammy Boy, yeah.
That's good space.
He forced out the ult. Sadly for him, he did use the TP. But I'm sure he's happy with that overall.
Yeah, he is. He is, for sure. He just knows it would have been.
Game with 3 people, you can't just pause it.
This chat line always.
Yeah, it's good.
It's very hard to focus on anything else from that.
Yeah, let's just stop talking every time it
Yeah,
comes up.
I don't even care what I was gonna say. Great job.
Manta now done. I mean, you were talking about Manta, probably.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you just talk about it nonstop.
Okay.
You really
no, I
focus
don't.
on one
Oh,
topic.
it's these carry players, not me.
Quinn looking for the opening. Blink Dagger was still on cooldown though, so we'll have to reset. Well, this is just going to take a little bit of farm from the enemy jungle. But yeah, this is a pretty even game. Wildcard a little bit up in the net worth department.
See,
if it's, I mean, again, forget about the teams. Just these lineups alone, who's happier with a evenish game.
I think Quincy is probably happier with an evenish game because the Medusa versus CK matchup is definitely Medusa favored. However, Eve is complete free farm, so it's one of those things where like with an item advantage, CK, I mean, he's the highest damage carrier in the game if you ignore rapiers. Like, he does so much damage that maybe it is the one thing that can plow through Medusa's like massive effective HP pool. As by the way, Quinn and Esk are, I think Esk actually has the higher levels now. Yeah, it's level 14 to Quinn's 13. Esk is just spending a lot more time like shoving waves and killing creeps, and Quinn's like looking, you know, running around and looking for kills. So like Wildcard is kind of playing the map better than Quincy right now and just farming way more.
Yep, we have the smoke from Wildcard. Have you noticed every time you activate smoke, some guy coughs in the background? You notice that sound?
No.
All right, you're gonna notice it from now on. And it's actually
you're right.
It's starting to annoy me.
You're right.
That person coughing, like, eventually you'd think that you'd stop coughing. Like, you'll get used to the smoke. But, you know, that's the side story. As Lelis is gonna get caught up. All right, the cookie was there, but it's not gonna buy enough time as he dies instantly. But there's the coil on the 2, but no follow-up this time from Wildcard Gaming is Eve gets off that Phantasm. Like the pressure's applied to Sammy Boy, but he gets off his ult. There's a solar bind to come onto 2.
There's 2 solar abilities, right?
Spata is destroyed. So it's a 2-for-1. 2-for-1 special. Double kill for Divide. And the disengage looks to be relatively successful from Wildcard Gaming.
Yeah. They got Eve out. I mean, that's the big thing, right? All of his illusions died. His BKB was down. He could have actually died.
Yeah, and the tier 1 tower is going to fall as a result now. So Wildcard, I mean, obviously, Quincy hasn't hit like any, I mean, I guess they just got the BKB on Lilith, but aside from that, haven't really hit any big timings.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's also something to, as we look at we can see the double solar combo. It very much confused you.
Solar Bind and Solar Guardian.
Solar Bind and Solar Guardian.
All right.
Like, which one do I say?
Solar!
Let's see, all right, what's going on here? I mean, the kisses are just useless because you're playing into like 2 BKB heroes.
Yeah.
Eve cannot get the double stun off. His mana got drained. I don't know by what.
Yeah, Divide absolutely owned in this fight, though. That was very nicely done. And he has his Echo Saber, so he's going for more of a kind of right-clicky build.
I mean, he has a BKB once his courier's up. Yeah. He's going to disassemble the Echo Saber, and I think if he has BKB in that fight, it goes much more disastrously for Quincy, even though it actually went pretty bad for them. I think it was much worse. Like, Dawnbreaker with BKB plus this Aghanim Shard magic immunity, it feels like, as MSS, oh, they're trying.
Alex is good to go, though. And Quinn, again, pops that ult to try to find a support. This time unsuccessful.
Effie mentioned this exact thing during the draft where, like, sure, there are backline jumpers to a degree in the Marcy and the DK, but they're not exactly good at catching, like, a tree-type hero. A Batrider, for example, would be much better at doing that as Storm, because these heroes can actually scout within the trees. So Alex feels fairly safe being up here. And the fact that he's able to narrowly escape, like, very quickly like that, or closely, I should say, is like, that's time wasted, right? So
there's the cough. You hear it?
I heard the cough. Yeah, I heard the cough.
Every time. Surely. And why is it the same person who's coughing?
Here's a question. Have you smoked anything in your life?
No.
Okay.
I'm a good boy.
Because the coughing doesn't go away. I can tell you that. I did it before casting with you.
Oh, no.
I have to.
I took one swig of a cigar.
Oh,
I regretted it.
That's I don't know.
The taste in my mouth forever. Oh,
Jesus.
So bad. Smoke on both sides, though. Going for the warding battle. Looks like Fata's gonna be there. There's a solar bind. See, the ult from Viper applied to Eve right now in that BKB form. Has to try to run away. Quinn gets the Dragon Tail off, and Divide Llama will be a very good kill for them. Has the shard, so Starbreaker buys him a little bit of time, but he ends up falling in the end. So 1-for-0 is now the chase is on. Can Quincy crew catch up? Quinn, absolutely, with that Dragon Tail. Gets Sammy Boy, and there's the Dispose, so another support kill. 3-for-0, and into the Roche Pit, Quincy crew goes.
You know, there's a couple of things I want to talk about that happened in that fight. Number one, Divide Llama, the fact that his courier was dead meant that he did not get the BKB, even though he had it. And he would have had it in that fight if his courier didn't die. So one of those things in Dota that has like a profound butterfly effect from earlier on in the game. And then also, I think Fata choosing to use his Mortimer's Kisses just to kill the CK illusions, as I think we're going to get to see that here. Nope, just kidding. They just died to the Viper. Okay.
Great call.
Great. There's a lot of ground damage for the CK illusions, to be honest. There's Mortimer's Kisses, there's the DK Fire, there's the Viper W, which we know from our game mode how much damage that stuff does if everybody's just standing in it.
Quinn with the slow motion laugh. Very good.
They did a great job kiting, too, in that fight. They recognized that, like, the BKBs were used a little early from Wildcard, which you have to versus a DK.
Yeah.
It is one of those things where, like, CK is the highest damage carry in the game, barring, like, rapier carries, if he has illusions up, right? Where's that emote even from?
I don't know. I haven't looked at them recently. Sammy Boy looks to be dead. MSS with the Unleash, and you are going to be able to farm freely. Has that Aegis, obviously. And, I mean, just based on Quinn's build, as... Oh,
is that two
simply
base?
2 base, yeah, must be.
What does that have to do?
I mean, it's hilarious. Who cares? Doesn't need to. I mean, look at the Arkosh ones for.
I think they used AI to generate that. That's what that was.
That's the next level play, for sure. But Quinn going for a very tanky build, has the Blink BKB, and going for Aghanim Scepter a little bit earlier than we're used to seeing.
What do we normally see it?
I don't know. I just made that. Just agree with me, for God's sake. I mean, for Quinn, it's just a little out of character, you know. Not the tanky guy in front.
Yeah, him being DK in general.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen it, but yeah, it's not his usual Spirit Brothers.
I mean, he's rank 1, so obviously the guy can do pretty much anything required for pubs.
I think if Fata wants him to do something and Quinn says no, that his play is, you know, I'm rank 1, bro, is okay. We're gonna get the initiation immediately into MSS. Stonegate's a little bit late. See if they'll be able to turn this around, though, with that Aegis. Eve finally gets off that Phantasm, but that Scotty now online for Yawar is something to fear. Very little mana to speak of, though. So Quincy Crew might have to reset and potentially back up entirely.
All right, back to what you were saying. This is really important. Yeah, Quinn uses that all the time at the major, actually. I'd be talking to him about, like, you know, Pokemon cards and stuff. He'd be like, shut up, you stupid sack of shit. I'm rank 1.
Yeah, that sounds like Quinn.
Quinn, you're not rank 1 in Pokemon cards, all right? I got a shiny Charizard here. What are you know? Very rude guy.
What a lovely, lovely number. I mean, you know what? He's actually quite down to earth for number 1 player.
Yeah, he is very down to earth.
I will say.
I can tell you that when I first met him in real life, I shook his hand. And I would not stop shaking, and I wanted to see when he would stop shaking. And he didn't. He just kept going with it. And immediately when that happened, I was like, I like this guy.
That's your test. What did I do the first time we shook hands?
Your hand was sweaty, and it felt like a corpse.
Oh, yeah. I actually heard that before. I have bad circulation in the limbs.
Much like a corpse.
Able to take out the tier 2 tower bot. And they're trying to turn this onto Puck. Sharpshooters there. Quinn trying to get off the Dragon Tail.
Oh, he couldn't.
Oh, yes. Buys enough time, has the haste rune. Alex TP's out. The Wildcard able to get out with pretty much everybody, it looks like.
He actually just has enough stats to survive that. That's crazy. I was looking at his inventory to see if he had like a Sanjin Kai on Puck, but it's legit just stats. Because the blink, like he turned right before he phase shifted, so his phase shift was in some weird direction. And so he didn't do the instant blink out of phase shift because it was really hard to see what direction he was even facing. So he could have died there, but he's just so damn tanky. One of those things in Dota where, like, you just get, like, a little bit more net worth on a hero, they get a tiny bit more stats, and all of a sudden it requires 3 heroes to kill them instead of 2, right? That's one of those situations. That's why, like, losing a lane has such a snowball effect. Not that that applies in this situation, but just as an example.
Yeah, I mean, well, speaking of Sammy Boy, because I know you were talking.
Yes, of course I was. Yeah, you were listening. I could tell you were listening.
Sammy Boy is going for an Aghanim Scepter. He's had that queued up a long time ago, actually.
Yeah.
So looking to take a Medusa illusion.
I actually think he'll take a DK illusion.
You think so?
When he gets the
Dragon?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, against Medusa, it's one of those debates because she gets a Scotty, which slows ranged heroes by a ton. And so, oh man, Force BKB on Lilith.
Yep, Sammy Boy. Split pushing. And will be brought down, but I mean, this is kind of what he's here to do.
My people died for nothing.
Yeah, Wildcard is just like content with farming, and they just think that they're farming a lot more by doing this like map stuff.
So anyway, back to Dark Portrait.
Yes,
it's better on DK.
I mean, we'll see how much damage either of them have, but like, you know, Terrorblade has the highest win rate in Dota versus DK because you just get an illusion of him, and it just absolutely destroys him.
right.
I think
Victor getting destroyed. Alex is done.
yeah. Both the supports are kind of just going down here and dying.
That was epic.
It does beg the question of like, what is the timing for Wildcard that they're looking for? Because they're obviously waiting for a timing, right? They're not just doing this evasive maneuvers because like, oh, you know, we don't know what the hell to do. Like, they'd be very capable of like running at Quincy and fighting them. It's just a question of like whether they would actually survive that fight. So
yeah, they're playing it like they're behind by a lot, almost, right?
it does feel that way, yeah.
But you're probably right. It's probably just an item timing.
Maybe it is the Grimstroke Aghanim Scepter. I mean, that's the only thing that I can think of.
Well, if that were the case, then he shouldn't be the one dying, right?
Well, he's trying not to die. Like, he's trying to be the one that's.
Well, he does have
here.
Philosopher's Stone, so
does.
that'll help him get that Ags pretty soon. He's only 400 away, so.
Yeah, he's very close.
Do you know if you can cast Dark Portrait on a BKB target, or you have to wait? I actually don't know that.
Well,
Does it pierce? Because I don't think it'll say on that
Not sure.
anyway. So, well, we probably won't notice or ever find that answer.
I'm gonna say yes, it works. I think.
Okay, I know that Tsunami is probably testing this in game right now.
He probably
He's
knows.
obsessed with
He
that.
probably knows already.
That's true. He probably does. Looking forward to that answer at some point. As Quinn, Divine Llama has to pop the BKB, and he'll be out. No way to cancel that at all. We have a dispose from MSS. Quinn. Yeah, another BKB TP. So very defensive measures like you talked about from Wildcard. And I agree. I think once they get the Ags, that's when they probably push the pedal to the metal, as it were. You are now with a Butterfly.
Okay.
So he is looking very nice.
Now that you are his Butterfly, I actually think he's a great illusion to get because Medusa's not gonna be able to kill her own illusion because she has no MKB.
Bros are owning.
So it's a very weird interaction. Okay, we can actually see if okay, it does not pierce spell immunity.
It actually says
Dark
when you
Portrait.
have the spell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it says.
Very nice.
It's actually pretty infrequent that you see this Aghanims just because Grims are usually so poor.
That was a minute 22 minutes faster than the average Grimstroke Ags. That seems...
Got the Philly Stone, bro.
I mean...
That Philly.
Usually you don't get the Ags, right? You never get for any.
That's true, that's true. Actually.
I guess in the games that he goes Ags, that's the timing.
Yeah, sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Grimstrokes often end the game with like Egg Shard, Force Staff, and that's kind of it.
Fata working on the Wraith Pack, so basically just the recipe away now. I mean, in this like time where Wildcard has played like very defensive and kind of trying to split push a bit, this has given time for Yawar to just get back up where he wants to be, because he was struggling early on, but top net worth. And we'll see how much impact this Dark Portrait has.
Yeah, he's monstrous. And CK's not really a hero that likes building MKB, so the fact that he has this Butterfly on Yawar is... They're going to need to really isolate him in order to kill him. Or kill everybody else on Quincy and then take out Yawar later on, which is easier said than done, because there's not really much to disable him. This Orchid gets picked up on Quinn.
Really?
Yeah, you want Ag's Orchid.
Oh. Interesting. I mean, do you make that into a Bloodthorn? Does that even matter?
Yeah, I mean, eventually. I think cancel the puck. Lincolns, too. It's instant cancel for the Lincolns.
Yeah, that's true.
Even like Orchiding Grimstroke and then going on somebody else is very effective.
And we have the Dragon Tail, and wow, that is a very easy kill for Quinn.
Yeah, see how he doesn't even use the Orchid? He's saving it for a backliner.
Okay, well, Yawar now on the run. I think there's a Dark Portrait there, maybe? No.
Yeah, there was one. Yawar just killed it.
Instantly killed, apparently. Quinn gets off the Dragon Tail. Looks like they'll find Divine Llama, and it feels like Wildcard just... They haven't really found a fight that they want. As Samuel is just going to get chased by Quinn.
That attack range, dude.
Yep. Looks like he'll find him in the end. So 3 for nothing as Quincy Crew just running down mid. With very little defense from Wildcard. They haven't set... Feels like they were waiting for something that just never came.
Yeah, that's looking like a rack.
I mean,
at least.
this game just turned
way they're
upside
gonna go
down.
Throne.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're going for Throne. Very confident. Quinn focusing on the tier 4s. We'll get the first. There's a buyback on the Dawnbreaker, but Sammy Boy down for 23 seconds with that Dark Portrait as Eve pops the BKB with that Phantasm. Got the Solar Guardian coming in. They do take out the Marcy. Leslau looks like he's going to turn this onto Eve as the ult from Medusa, keeping these melee heroes at bay. Divine Llama gets off a nice Starbreaker onto 2 heroes. There's the buyback onto the CK. And Divine, he's just going to get right-click. Yawar has nobody that can touch him. The tier 4s are dead. And we'll see if Quincy Crew want to reset Looks like they will. Esk trying to get some backliners here. Oh, he's going to get Dragon Tail by Quinn, though. This will be a huge kill for Quincy Crew. Esk now on the run. Gets off that phase shift, but I think he might drop to the dot damage. We'll see very shortly as Jawar just stuck in a 1vx battle, which he doesn't care about. Looks like Esk did technically survive. Quinn looking to try to finish him off. Very little HP. Man, he's dodging everything right now. On the cliff, Quinn pops the BKB. Man, they just can't find this puck. So Esk doing a nice job of kind of delaying things, but this game, very strange how it's kind of developed.
It's so weird. It's been weird Dota today, man. The last series is super strange as well. Yeah, I mean, just an excellent call from Quincy to realize that they're strong enough to push down mid. Like, you could see how unkillable Jawar was in that fight. Like, even 1v4 or whatever it was, like, they just could not take through his effective HP. So it's just this, like, understanding that their spike is so strong right now that they can do this ballsy play of going for throne. And it's just all, like, massive economic damage to Wildcard. I don't think Quincy Crew were expecting to actually throne there. They're just trying to force as much damage that they can get onto Wildcard. And now it's like the game went from like a 3K gold lead to a 14K one so quickly.
Yeah, and the second Roche will be going the way of Quincy Crew. See if Esk can try to get a steal. Cookie there, and no, they're going to get everything. So Age is back on Jawar, who just needs to refresh his mana, and Shard is on who?
Jawar took it.
Okay, very greedy boy.
Yeah, of course. He's a carry player.
He's keeping in his backpack, actually, so it might be... I mean...
Who
Viper has a very good one, and Snapfire. I think those are both... Those are the two best on their team. Okay, he's eating it himself.
He's going to eat it, yeah. Now, I think, I mean, when the game is in this situation where he can, like, stand there and almost 1v5, then getting one extra Mystic Snake, even without the Ags, if, like, CK stuns him and he Mystic Snakes through, like, all the illusions, maybe one extra hero, you know, he's back up to what, like, 30% mana?
Well,
that one always gets zoomed in on.
That's a blurst pick right there. Boy, oh boy. The terrain did not do many favors, but...
It never seems to. I mean, where can you put it where...
Well, somewhere that there's not a tree, perhaps.
I mean, it's a forest, you know? It's like grass and trees and rocks everywhere.
Yeah, true. It's very difficult. That's part of the art of spray painting.
Yeah, that's true.
Not much art to it, but...
No, that's about it, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, essentially this shard is just like effective HP, right?
Yes.
Where you are.
Yep.
So, just ensuring that he has an easy end of game. Is there a reason they don't go straight for throne now since the tier 4s are dead? Wait, is there a tier 4?
There's no tier 4s.
No. Okay, well, they're going to go for top, it looks like?
I think your backline is a lot more at risk if you go for tier 4s. Your supports can die, which is exactly what Esk is trying to do.
Yeah, we have the Solar Guardian, but the instant silence onto the puck, and Esk is just dead. 90 seconds, no buyback at all. You see Eve applying a lot of pressure to the backline, so Fata's going to drop, but already 2 of your cores are dead for Wildcard Gaming. And Quincy Crew and company looking to finish game 1 in very, I mean, I guess it's not sudden anymore, but that one fight was very weird.
Yeah.
As Eve able to pick another off, and it looks like he's going to get out.
That's pretty nice. I mean, 3v3.
Yeah, but although to the high ground they go out, overwhelming Blink into the Dragon Tail, into the Fireball. Eve with that Shadow Blade. Don't think they're going to be able to set too much up without Esk on this puck. 50 seconds. That's kind of their playmaker. I haven't really seen too many Coil Soul Guardian combos. Dragon Tail, this will be a dieback onto the Hoodwink. And they'll find it very easily. And GG's will likely come out any moment. Although Dragon Form is not up, so the buildings won't go as fast as they can. But into the bitter end they go. Quinn securing the game 1 victory for Quincy Crew.
Am I crazy? Did he just drop his butterfly so the Dark Portrait wouldn't have a butterfly at the end? I'm pretty sure I saw that.
That's the play of the game right there.
Yeah, that